Justin still left the toilet sound in the intro. Good evening, everybody. We hope you're having a great Sunday. Welcome to Off the Wall Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Greg. With me is my co-host and co-founder of the podcast, Justin. Justin, how are we doing today? That's good. Also, Justin did. Justin had a bit of an interesting one. He had a spider bite, and no, he didn't get Spider-Man powers, unfortunately, but it did make him sick. But but we are do thank you guys for all joining us tonight. So we have a fun show. It will be relatively short, but we do have a couple of topics we'd love to hear from you guys on. But of course, we're going to go ahead and do our reviews first. So we are going to look at Orville tonight, the episode of from Unknown Graves. Oh, hold on. Okay, that was my fault. Should hear Justin. Go ahead and talk real quick.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Now we can hear Justin. We've had technical
Excuse
difficulties.
me. How could you?
Okay, so well, the spider no, it was not radioactive, but it left a good sized knot on his neck. So he okay, so he got bit in the same place as Andrew Garfield's Spider Man, but he did not get the same powers.
I got this shit into the deal.
But so now we can hear Justin. Thank you, Rocker, for pointing that out. So we have a fun show for you guys ahead. What we're going to be talking about tonight is we have the Orville from Unknown Graves, a very good episode. We will be talking about the Miss Marvel series, the one and done, and the finale that dropped a bombshell in the MCU. And we then also will discuss Resident Evil, the new series on Netflix. We will discuss the first two
Got actually
episodes.
got to watch.
And Justin actually got to watch this. We didn't binge it all, but we watched the first two episodes, so we'll give our initial thoughts on it. And then we have a couple of topics we'd love to hear from you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the Orville. The Orville from Unknown Graves was a fantastic episode. It was
Absolutely.
it was shades of Bicentennial Man, and you guys are gonna laugh, but Bicentennial Man, Terminator, Star Trek Measure of a Man. It was so much wrapped into one, and it was so well executed that we finally got history. If you watch the show on the Kalon, why the Kalon robots revolted. So we meet a Kalon called Timus, and for you Star Trek fans, that is in reference to Dr. Timison in Star Trek Half a Life, who was of the same race. Justin, Dr. Timison was a Kalon. You can go look that up. Um, but so we meet this robot. His name is Timus. He has been reprogrammed by a doctor who he has been with the last year, and she gave him emotions. She helped him She basically reprogrammed him to help him understand. So he gives us a insight with Charlie because she's looking for. She has run in with Timus. I'm sorry, and Timus gives us the background on the robots basically being enslaved. Now he does say this that does not excuse their behavior for now for genocide. It does not excuse their genocide. It does not excuse their cause for war. But he's saying basically the point was if you were pushed to such lengths where you're basically in servitude, in bondage against your will, would you not revolt? And that's what he said that they did. Justin, what did you think of that aspect? How do you think they handled the
You know,
Kalon?
I usually knock Orville for copying off of other shows and whatnot, but I think they did a good job on this episode. I mean, it really was a hard hitter, especially when Isaac tried to. I mean, damn.
You're coming in a little soft, Justin.
A little soft. Let me adjust the
Yeah.
microphone. I had a Windows 11 update and it screwed everything.
He's blaming
All right, let's
Windows.
bump that back up to 95. Maybe 99. There we go. We'll try that to see if that helps. But yeah, I've been having audio issues all week because of that damn update. Don't get Windows 11. Let it simmer for a year. uh, but yeah, anyways, yeah, it was a good episode. It flowed really well. I mean, they've been doing very good jobs lately. I mean, holy shit, they've been knocking out one good episode after the other. No real boring ones at all. So yeah, they've really impressed me this season. Makes me hope that they actually that they get a better season.
Yeah, I really hope so. They get another season. This is Seth MacFarlane did let it slip while they've been saying it's up to the fans. It is also up to Disney and Hulu. But again, it comes down to the fans of how many hours we're watching. Will it warrant a renewal? And as far as this episode goes with explaining the Kalon, we also get, now that being one of the main stories, the side stories with this Kalon robot, Tim is having emotion. It is revealed the Doctor can flat out told Isaac, "I can give you emotion too. She can reprogram
Yep.
and give him emotion." And there was a website, I think it was called TV Line Performers. They gave their performance of the week to actors Jennifer. Oh my God, Penny Gerald, not Jennifer. Penny Gerald and Mark Jackson for their scene in the simulator. Mark Jackson is always in costume. You never see his face because he's a robot. You do see his face occasionally because they'll do a simulation, but it's always the deadpan face, like no emotion.
Right.
When he's given the emotion, Mark Jackson absolutely kills his performance. He You see him in the simulator again, deadpan, but as Claire walks in the simulator, he then goes to excitement, to joy, to happy, to grieving because he had never been able to experience this before. And I would recommend for those of you who are like dive deep into like emotional stuff to watch this scene because Mark Jackson
Absolutely.
gives us what the entire range of human emotion in what, Justin, 5 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was going great. He can feel. He tells Claire that he loves her, that he wants to be a father to her kids. And it's like it's hitting you in the feels. It's one of those ones that hits you in the feels. And as they're dancing, he reverts back. He basically goes along the lines of saying, "My emotions are gone." He goes back to just being a robot. And it's because when he was built, he had better, how do I put this, firewalls installed, so the Doctor cannot fix him in per se unless they do a complete memory wipe. Like they have to completely wipe him out. And he actually goes for that. Isaac, this is again Isaac, no emotion, and says, "Yeah, go ahead and do it. I will do it for Claire." And of course, Claire says no. And it's like, damn. So while they say Isaac can't feel, that was a very emotional answer that he gave when he said that the only way we can do this for you, Isaac, because you have these walls up, is that we have to completely wipe you out. He's willing to do it. I'm like, tell me that's not emotion. When you saw that, Justin, how did you feel about that when he gave
Yeah,
that
I
answer?
feel the same way. I mean, it's like Data, TNG all over again.
Exactly. And unlike Data in Star Trek, Mark Jackson goes to that array of emotions. The first time we see Data with emotion, it's all negative. Or at least, okay, I'm sorry. Troy says there's no emotion, but he experiences anger and hatred versus Isaac going through happiness and content. So this was handled very well. I loved the episode. It was astounding. It's definitely one of the best of the series. I think every episode this season has been the best of the series. Like seasons one and
Yeah,
two.
I mean, they've done a remarkable
Mm-hmm.
job this season. Yeah, they said it was a completely different one. Before, they were not kidding. And I like that. I mean, kind of miss the humor a little bit, but I like they don't throw it in our face every other scene. So
And see, this is the great thing. So people have been saying there's a lot of humor. One of the sub stories is that the Union, they're trying to create a new alliance with a species that is very female dominant. This is another Star Trek reference to an episode called Angel One. But the race they're talking to are called the Genesi. To them, males are inferior. So they get the brilliant idea on the Orville. Kelly is all, here's what we're gonna do. So Kelly is all the females on the ship are in lieutenant commander and higher ranks. They're in command, and the men are reduced to ensigns and crewmen. And the first time we see this, we see Kelly. She's a captain, and Tala. She's the first officer. Okay, so the shuttle lands, bringing the Genesi delegation aboard, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And so she goes, "We have our luggage. Could you get someone to do this for us?" And she goes, "Cool." She calls out Mercer and Malloy. They come running up like dipshits, which is what they're supposed to do, and carry the bags out. It was such a great scene. For people say there's no humor, that was 30 seconds. Me and Leia were in stitches because
uh,
of that.
there's the back talk that they were going, that was going on back. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
There's a real quick, not blinking you miss it, but you see it happen as they're walking up. and then you see them turn right. Mercer trips and falls. Now, if that is staged, that's the best acting I've ever seen in my life. But it cuts so quickly, it makes me think that that was a blooper of Seth
Yeah.
MacFarlane actually falling, and then they just cut it, and they're like, "No, we're keeping that in there." So I thought that was pretty great. So there was humor in the episode, um, and John and Tala finally getting together, but that doesn't last very long because, for those who don't know, Tala is a member of a race called Salayans in normal gravity, which is
Pretty
one
much
time.
war. Pretty much war.
uh, they're um, they're basically Hulks because in one time Earth gravity they're extremely strong because their own gravity is 10, 11 times stronger. So it's very hard for them to have physical intimacy. So when her and John are in bed, every time they get together and they do their freaky thing, John gets hurt. First time it's a broken arm, the next one's a broken leg and pelvis, and then the final time. Justin, go ahead and describe what did he look like the last time we see
He's barely able to stand, barely able to walk. Uh,
him? He's bloodied up.
really sad.
His face is swollen. He coughs up his teeth. Oh my god, it was so great. But at the here's the sad part about this episode. I gotta go from humor to sad, but the sad part about this episode is no one gets love. Claire and Isaac don't get together. John and Tala aren't together. It's like, wow, you really punch us, man. You said like nobody gets love in this episode, like legit. So it was pretty like okay, we get it. Um, but that that was it for the Orville. Again, another great episode. We hope you guys watch this show and enjoy it. Next week's episode, Justin, did you see the little clip from next week's episode?
Not yet. I was usually wait a day or so before I
I'll
watch those.
I'll just say this: Havina is coming back, the female
Oh
Mocklin.
boy.
Yeah. So that will conclude our Orville review. We're gonna go into the real juicy stuff of our show, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Resident Evil. Now we now
Ooh.
Justin and I have only seen the first two episodes. This is gonna be our initial impression, but we'd love to hear what you guys think. If you guys have seen it all, don't spoil it, but definitely let us know if you agree with us.
I
So
want to binge it, but I want to be able to keep it as a topic for the show every week.
yeah, so we want to binge it, but at the same time we want to have a topic for the show. So we watched the first two episodes. I enjoyed it. I loved it. The first two episodes are really well done. Instead of like I'll say this: The Witcher handled its time thing, like time jumping forward, like back and forth, really poorly. Resident Evil's handling it very well. So we get Jade in the future when she's all grown up, and then we get Jade as a kid when she first moves to is it Cape Town or South Africa? Um, wow, that's my
That's true.
Jonathan did so. I've got to lick a Switch cartridge. So this is okay. This is why we have you guys follow. Apparently, my son, and I don't believe this for a second, I have to lick a Switch cartridge as part of my Twitch redeems. Where is it? It's under here.
Good
So,
job, Leia.
so for those of you who are, oh, that's upside down. For those of you who watch my channel, I have to lick a Switch cartridge, and the reason this is bad is because they taste bad on purpose to make sure kids don't eat them. I'm the dumbass who's like, hey, I'll do it. So now I get to go ahead and lick a Switch cartridge and teach them well. So yeah, let me go ahead here. Oh man, ah, it does not go away. I've actually licked this many times. This does not go away. Am I? Are you? Jonathan's dancing now, so my son is dancing around having made me do that. Oh my god, that's so bad. Ah, okay. So, Justin, what did you think of the first two episodes of Resident Evil?
I don't know. I thought this is the funniest shit I've seen in a while.
Oh,
The first few episodes were really well done. I liked how they handled the time jumping in this. It wasn't too jarring. It wasn't, some shows when they do this time jump stuff, it is all over the place. This was actually well placed, well timed, and it wasn't, too in your face. Like that
that's that's what I'm
last
looking
one
for.
was.
That's what my dumbass is looking for. Pacing. The pacing of the show so
Yeah,
far is really well done.
yeah. So, I kind of it what made me want to watch it. Like I told you, like I watched the first two episodes, and I'm hooked, and I'm hooked.
The funny part about Justin is I was looking forward to the series. Justin's like, you know what? I'm not gonna like it. And I was like, how about this? Just give me the first episode, give me your impression, and then if you don't like it, we'll just kind of sidestep it. Shut up, Rockruff. Oh man, he's like mine. He goes, mine still tastes great. Shut up. But the pacing is really well done for Resident Evil. I do like it. The story so far, again, for the first episode, is starting out really well. Now, from my understanding, this is actually a sequel series to the Mila Jovovich movies, I believe, to the movies and video games. So this is technically canon, and so they're obviously giving us a look into when everything was about to go haywire or went wrong, and you hear them name
And they
drop.
even threw, and they even threw COVID in there.
Yes,
Just as a honorable mention. I guess they also caused it.
yeah. So they do mention COVID. They mention a couple other things. So they're on pay. Oh my God, it's getting worse. Um, they mention things like that. So this is, and you hear them name drop Tijuana. You hear them name drop Raccoon City because they are in basically new Raccoon City. So this is, they're dropping little hints here and there. So that's one heck of a party. So, but yeah, it was
Party in your mouth.
party of bad taste, man. It's so bad. So I'm enjoying it.
Fun's over.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna definitely wait and see. Now if Justin and I do binge it, we'll try to like. What I'm gonna do is try to watch 2 episodes at a time. So we'll watch 2 episodes this week, do Saturday. So there's 8 episodes, so that's about 4 weeks. We can do that. And then also,
I bet it. Even if I bench it, I can still talk
yeah.
2 episodes.
But that's our initial impression of Resident Evil. I give it a thumbs up. I do put it up there. If you're looking for a fix after Witcher, after Stranger Things, after Bridgerton, but if you're looking for the new Netflix series, there's actually another one I haven't seen yet, but it's Kung Fu Panda. Jack Black is voicing Poe. That's there. But Resident Evil's a good filler after Stranger Things, after Witcher. So if you're looking for a filler, there you go. So our next topic is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Miss Marvel. It is a limited series, one and done. So not so much review the whole show. Personally, I think it was a really well done teen coming of age teen story. The actress Iman Vidal, I can't pronounce her last name. Her actress name is Iman. She did a fantastic job as Miss Marvel. I actually like that Disney cast high school age kids to play high school children. It's not Tobey Maguire 25 playing a senior in high school. um, so Miss Marvel was very well done. The callbacks are there. There's callbacks to Iron Man, Captain Marvel, the Avengers, everything. They have Avenger Con. So this is not nothing short of having all the Easter eggs. Here's the bombshell that was dropped. Now, spoilers for those of you who have not seen it, but I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. They have officially brought in, and now they have officially brought in mutants are now in the MCU. Miss Marvel is not going with her comic book origins of being an inhuman. They are changing it. They are making her a mutant. Her friend Bruno tells her that there is something different about her, that when he looked at her genes, they had been mutated. And you hear, go back and if you didn't hear it, if you watch that scene again where he's telling her, you hear the 1997 OG X-Men animated theme kick in.
Yes. I was like,
Go for it, Justin.
yes. You know, I was like, wait a minute. At first, I thought I heard it for a second. I was like,
Hmm.
what was that? I was like, oh shit. So, oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a second rewatch because I thought I heard it because at the same time in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, yes, Professor Xavier in that movie is confirmed to be that Charles Xavier from the animated series in live action form. But because it's not variants, dimensions, multiverses, that's not our Charles Xavier. But since we're in Earth 616 continuity, I'm going to steal that from Marvel. Um, Mutants are now a thing. Miss Marvel is a mutant, and yeah, when I heard the theme, when I watched it the second time and I really heard the theme kick in, I lost it. I was like, "That's flipping
Well,
awesome."
they got Fantastic Four and everything else now and all that. So yeah, I think Fantastic Four was in First Madness.
They were,
Back
and
then, yeah.
get let Krasinski play Miss Dr. Reed. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's the
Uh,
that's the bombshell, is that so now mutants are now in the MCU, and go figure that with all the shows from WandaVision, Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier, and all that. So Miss Marvel drops the biggest bombshell, and the next bombshell is in the post credit scene. Her bracelet goes a little weird. She stands up, and then she teleports and switch places with Captain Marvel. At first, people thought she was taking over her body, but the reaction clearly shows it's Captain Marvel because she's confused as hell. So she has the ability, which is from the comics, to switch places, and we're pretty sure that um, she's out there somewhere. Kamala is out there somewhere, and this will actually all be addressed. This will all be addressed in the Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel next year. So Justin, what you think about those two twists of the mutant, and then now Kamala being able to switch
that was
places?
fantastic. I love those credit scenes. They just take you by surprise almost every time. That's the beauty of them. So yeah, make sure you watch those credit scenes if you don't know about them because holy shit. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Other than that, yeah. I mean, this that show I started off thinking, oh God, it's gonna be campy high schooler bullshit. I'm like, oh, okay, I like being proven wrong. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
it was kind of high school BS in a way, but it just took the turn to kind of serious
Made it more
territory.
adult.
And
Made it more.
the showing the background, the culture of Pakistani lifestyle, and the history of what happened with India and with England, that was really well done too. So it was really great to see that kind of kind of brought to light of another culture, how they did with Black Panther, now they did with Miss Marvel, and they're just Marvel's doing a really good job with that. So I'm looking forward to it. Now there will not be a Miss Marvel series season 2. This was a limited one season run, like Falcon Winter Soldier, like
That is
Hawkeye.
saying now.
Like
You know how Mark Disney loves to change your ideas.
it. Okay, here's the argument for that. It was submitted as a limited series, as Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier, and WandaVision and all that. So the only one to receive a second season, there's only two, is Loki and What If at the moment. Every other
Exactly.
Yeah, so every other series is kind of a one and done thing. But um Obermick MCU Deadpool, so that a good thing you brought that up. Deadpool in the MCU is coming. They have confirmed, so now we're getting confirmation more or less, but as far as a when, it's gonna have to be sometime late next year or 2024 because Ryan Reynolds will do it, but he said in an interview he's getting to the point where his body can't do what he wants it to do anymore, because when he's in the Deadpool costume, that's him swinging the swords, it's him doing an occasional flip here and there, but he's getting older now. But yeah, so Ryan Reynolds is looking forward to it. They have confirmed it is rated R. Disney gave the okay. They're doing rated R. They expect to start shooting sometime next year. If that goes, then we get it in 2024. But Deadpool technically is officially MCU canon, so we're gonna wait and see what happens with that. I can't wait to
Spider-Man
see.
and Bill crossover with X-Men, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I can see. Okay, here's the intro for Deadpool into the MCU. He's sitting on his couch wearing Mickey Mouse ears, and he just sits and goes, "Guess what the fuck happened to me?" And he will just start. I will love it. Just him start bashing Disney in his intro in Deadpool 3. That would be absolutely astounding. Um, Justin, so what are your thoughts? So uh, what's a show that you want a season 2 of? Since we have a little bit of time to talk about it.
Um, I would say Miss Marvel would be one of them. Only
Okay.
one. Maybe another season.
My viewers.
Maybe do away with Andor if that makes you
Okay.
happy because Andor is not a D2C a show. There's no point in it. It's like Krypton all over again.
Let's see. Obermick, Rockruff, Leia. If there's a Disney Marvel series you want a season 2 of, now Leia is Loki. She loves Loki, so she's happy we're getting a season 2 Loki. Personally, for me, I would like to see Captain America and Winter Soldier, but since we're getting Captain America 4 and they have signed a director, we're getting the movie. Let's see.
And we're getting it, Falcon back as Captain America. Kind of plays Rod done.
Yeah, so Anthony Mackie is going to be in Captain America 4 as the main as the only Captain America. They have a director now. Rockruff, I agree with that. Rockruff goes, I would love to see a season, wants to see a season 2 of Hawkeye with Haley Steinfeld as the lead. I would be okay with that.
I would be okay with that too. That's actually good. That's all I forgot about it for some reason.
So that's where that is actually going to be a good segue into our next topic. Is so we're going to still talk about Marvel now. I have not seen Thor: Love and Thunder, but I know what has happened in it as far as the implications for Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, Justin, have you seen it? Now, there's not. I'm not going to spoil
No,
anything. Okay. Well, this isn't going to spoil anything. Leia needs Thor butt, so we need to go see Thor: Love and Thunder so she can see Chris Hemsworth's ass on a big screen. But this is a segue into our next topic.
it sounds like she's saying the black.
Right? Thanks, Leia. Gosh. So,
Sorry, Leia.
so this is where I want to hear from my viewers as well. My chat is open right here. I've got my computers ready. Marvel Phase 4. Here's the rundown. Marvel Phase 4 as a Miss Marvel is 50 hours long. That is longer than the Infinity Saga combined, all 23 movies. Marvel Phase 4 also has not is not done. They have I think 5 more TV series and 4 more movies. So this is going to run almost right. This is going to run almost 100 hours in a single phase of Marvel storytelling. And I have to beg the question, every property has its own central villain. Like I get that every Marvel movie in phase 1, 2, 3, every Marvel movie has its own central villain. However, in phase 1, 2, 3, we had Thanos teased from Thor because we see the Infinity Gauntlet and immediately people are thinking Thanos, so we get him teased in Avengers, and he turns out to be the big bad. Now, phase 4, yes, I get it's one phase, but where is Marvel going with this? 50 hours in, and there is no discernible villain. The reason I'm saying this is because since I haven't seen Thor, Thor does not lead into a main villain. So all we have is Kang. If we want to count a big bad, is Kang, he who remains from Loki season 1, but he dies. Sylvie kills him. But because she kills him, every variant of. Sorry, what, Justin?
Allegedly, remember, Kane is multi-dimensional. Yeah, there's one of them in every dimension.
Right. So Kang is everywhere. Rocker, Tom Holland is the villain now.
No,
Tom
no
okay,
chance.
Tom Holland is not bad. Okay, the poor kid just can't keep his mouth shut. Oh man. Um, but it's just that's where we're headed. So I'm kind of curious. I would love to see them tease up to something massive, but again, we have no idea what they're teasing. At least in Phase One Marvel, we had them tease Thanos. In Phase Four and 50 hours of content, honestly, I thought Wanda would be the big bad, but for those of you who've seen Doctor Strange, she dies. Um.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry, Justin. Um. No, I'm not. Hold on. This is for Justin. Am I Twitch? There we go.
Wow.
You got an Owen Wilson. Wow. But there's no she. Okay, yes.
Wow.
There you go. Okay, hold on. Rockruff clarifying. No, 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 no. He is no longer Spider Man. He is villain. Oh my god. Okay, Rockruff, sit down. Drink your juice.
We'll get your sip cup out.
So I don't know, Justin. What do you? Okay, I know you haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, but again,
I've not seen that or Doctor Strange yet.
okay, just take it like this. There's no big bad tease. So of what you've seen, what do you think should be coming next as a big bad that's basically the equivalent of Thanos? What do you think they should do?
I really think it's going to be Kang. I mean, it's got to be Kang. Kang's the next one up besides Thanos.
Okay. Um.
We just had multiverses of madness, so I mean, what's to say that I didn't stir up another Kang?
So Kang. Okay, and I agree. So Kang makes the most sense. But what I'm wondering with Kang is they have not teased him again. They could have easily teased him in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Sorry to spoil that, but he's obviously not teased in Multiverse of Madness, and that was like the perfect one. But
Uh,
he had it's like okay, he was. They're making every villain a literal one and done. Now as far as Thor, they have Gore the God Butcher. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it, but I don't know what's going on in that one with Gore. If he's a big bad, cool. The God Butcher is a great title. Let's see. Hold on, Shy Guy. Not a villain. He's a menace. Oh my God, shut up. Yes, Tom Holland is a menace. Um, okay, Obermick, my friend Obermick, huh? My friend Obermick here. He goes Mephisto. Now Mephisto was teased in WandaVision, but we got talk about a 90-degree turn. We all thought Agatha was Mephisto. That did not happen. Um, what do you think about that one? Just
Yeah, I guess that.
what do you think about Mephisto?
No, as a coach, could come back.
Well, she's technically going to. She's got that series, Agatha House of Harkness. Now we don't know when it's taking place in timeline, but Agatha is coming back. Um, so Mephisto, I'm not too sure on. I would love to see, since the Fantastic Four is confirmed to be a movie coming soon. Galactus makes sense. Um, Now of course we've been
Just
teased
not,
with.
just not like what they did with Surfer and all that shit last time. No, please, no.
It's back in Marvel's hands. They got it now, but Galactus would be a good one. It would be an easy way to like they know. I will say this: what they did, introducing the Silver Surfer would be easy with Galactus. That would be fine. But Galactus would be one. The Celestials after Eternals is kind of like okay, that's it. There's been no mention. Like I thought Miss Marvel, since you've seen it, they didn't mention the Celestial that's sticking out of the planet halfway. It's like what you just ignoring that. So a lot. So let's see. Jacob says Mephisto, Miss Evelaf, Antihero. I would love now. This wouldn't happen, but if the Sony Spider Verse crosses over with the Marvel one, which I would like to see, I'm not sure it's going to happen. Technically, Venom is in the MCU. For those who've seen No Way Home, there is a little blob of him left on that bar. So I don't think Venom would be a big, big bad, but we got to have something here. So Justin thinks Kang. I would like to see Galactus, but Kang does make the most sense at the moment. I got
I
my
do like to just keep us guessing, though. That makes it more interesting.
fair. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Um, it's just that for me personally, it's like okay, there's 50 hours. When it's said and done, Phase 4 will be almost 100 hours. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
But you gotta think, too, the first couple phases didn't have the TV out as the show.
Right, they didn't have the TV show.
Done. So, I mean, they're making really good use doing prequel series, such like Hawkeye and everything like that, leading up to what will probably be the new Avengers.
Oh, and okay, this is a tidbit that speaking of prequels and when series take place, Miss Marvel takes place in 2025, so it takes place after the blip. Um, Jacob, let's see. I'd also love to see a second season of WandaVision. Okay. Venom also opens the door to many other symbiotes. Yes, so I don't think that would happen with Venom because Sony still technically owns the Spider-Man rights. Um,
Needs to be
fuck, that's
fixed
cool.
ASAP.
Yeah, so, Sony needs to sell Spider-Man to Disney. I'm sorry, I hate Disney as a whole, but they just need to let it go. But the Venom thing does open up the thing to major symbiote villains, and WandaVision. I don't know how that would work for a second season because she is the bad guy now. I hate to say this, but Wanda is the bad guy now.
Or
That
the bad guy then.
true, but I would argue she was grief stricken. In Multiverse of Madness, it's much much more. She's hardcore villain. But and also don't forget this is something that has again one of those ones. Yeah, Wanda's definitely a bad guy in my chat here. Here's another one is that White Vision has not been mentioned at all. It's like go figure, or should we say girl Wanda? So, Wanda's definitely a bad woman. There we go. We'll just say bad woman.
Very good. That's proper.
That's there we go.
Please.
Rockruff says, "Oh wow, okay, okay. I didn't expect this one coming." So Justin, when you see that, Justin has to see Multiverse of Madness, but Rockruff says he was actually rooting for Wanda in Multiverse of Madness. I can see why you would root for her. I want to let Justin make that call, so when he sees it, he can tell me. But I can see why you would root for her in the movie. But I was Team Strange the whole way. um. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
Watch that
This
tonight,
this
actually.
this is just remember you have to bow to the Sorcerer Supreme. Just remember that. So that's our take on Marvel. I do appreciate you guys' input. Yeah, Strange Team. I like that one. I'm on Strange Team. There we go. Justin, any of the thoughts you want to add to the MCU Phase 4? Or you kind of
Um,
settled on Kang.
but I'm glad they're doing what they're doing with it so far because they're just kind of, filling in everybody's backstory that they're going to have in uh, instead of, major movies. And I think they're doing a good job with it. They're not trying to be overbearing like Disney with Star Wars
True.
and and but yeah, I think they're doing a pretty good job with it so far. Can't wait to see what they got next.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. Just trying to keep up. The only pain in the butt is just trying to keep up with it this one because there's so much more content.
Oh my
It's
god, there's so much,
um.
so much.
So we do have a break. So before we move on to our next topic, a couple things. There is a break in Marvel content. She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a month and a half from now. Also, for the Star Trek fans, I know this. Now, not everybody's Star Trek, but Star Trek fans, there's also a month and a half lull until more Star Trek.
Sometimes a break is good,
Yeah, break is good.
so you don't oversaturate things.
And also for for me now, this is where I'm going to plug. Make sure you guys are following us on our Twitches. Justin right here, you see his on the screen, Twitch TV slash the underscore augmented, and then myself, Mongoose Gaming Burrow. It is my
Not
1 year.
affiliation, please affiliate me, please.
Yes, we want to get Justin to affiliate. We've been trying, and Twitch is just screwing us over. This week is actually my 1 year on Twitch. So I've been streaming every day to try to get to 300 followers by the 20th. I've got 3 days to get 19 followers. I can do this. So I really appreciate you guys' support and trying to get me there. And that's and do this podcast. Like if we
I just
keep
need
growing, we
three.
can do more things with the podcast.
I
Um,
need three average views. That's it.
yes. And so for our final topic of the night, again, this is one where I want input from everybody because this is another topic I would like to discuss. A fun one, what I'm somewhat guilty of. So, for our final topic of the night, as we close out our show, gaming remasters, are they good for gaming as a whole or are they shameless cash grabs? So I want to take on this topic as a merit of discussion. Are remastered games like this, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, they've remastered Halo, Gears of War, God of War, Call of
Oh
Duty
no,
Modern.
totally a cash grab.
Yeah, Call of Duty. So are these definitely cash grabs or the nostalgia? Now, I would argue Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remaster, was more nostalgia, especially because they filmed so much. Tony Hawk at over 50 years old filmed all of his stuff for this remaster. Um, so I like Tony Hawk. So Rockruff goes no bad icky. Miss Evil Laugh goes depends on if they do good or not. Okay.
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of them, I mean, have just been weekends, basically, of the overall game. Not very good ones. Like, let's say Ghostbusters Masters. I had hopes for that one. They didn't even include the fucking multiplayer with it. So,
Okay.
that
Shy Guy
goes
goes.
to Mass Effect Andromeda. That game has the Mass Effect remaster thing that they did.
Hmm.
It's like they kept the bugs. They did polish fix the bugs
I
and
remember.
the other game.
I remember that. Um,
Um,
Shy Guy goes depends how long since the original release. I like that point. So a remaster depending on how long since the original release. So okay, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 got remastered, and it's been what 2006, 2011. I think was Gears of War
something
3.
like that.
So it's only been 11 years since Gears of War 3, which to me personally is still the best in the series. But I didn't think it needed a remaster because it's one of those okay, you're good. Like Halo ODST, that does not need a remake. That's one of the best ones.
That's
Um
one of the newer ones, anyways.
exactly. And so okay, Kevin's fair. Miss Evil Laugh Kevin goes, I feel like everything's a cash grab. Technically, yes. Um fine. Okay. Justin, this is probably more along your alley. He goes, Final Fantasy VII remake is shit.
Oh God, no, no. Well, why did you mention that pile of dog shit?
There you go.
Shame. No matter of fact, you did.
Uh oh.
Just because you mentioned that
This
pile
is
of
for
dog
Miss Evil
shit.
Laugh right here.
Uh,
Oh, come on, Justin.
I don't have my glasses on. Give me a minute. I'm old.
Um, yeah.
You know what? We will just do this one,
Uh oh.
and it will work. Oh, and there it is. Shame. Shame.
For mentioning the Final Fantasy VII.
Shame.
Okay, so here we go. Jacob, Skyrim. Okay.
Oh yes, that's the big pile of dog shit.
Okay, Skyrim was one of those that was definitely a shameless cash grab. I can agree with that one. Rockruff. Okay, okay. This is one I didn't see this one coming. Rockruff goes. Kingdom Hearts needs remakes.
Yes,
Okay.
it does, but I hope they don't add microtransactions.
Oh God, my yes. No
Fucking
microtransactions.
hate those.
Definitely no microtransactions. That'd be terrible. Okay. What are some other ones? So, okay, like as I mentioned, Gears of War, Call of Duty is the biggest cash grab. Now, Modern Warfare is definitely it's a remake, it's a rehash. I mean, come on. I'm only playing it because I like the multiplayer, but I can
Uh-huh.
that is definitely a hardcore cash grab. What's another one? Oh, there's so many. I'm waiting for them. Okay, so here's one that isn't coming. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 are not getting remastered.
As it should be.
As it should, yes. Okay, and Justin, here this my friend Shy Guy Kevin asked this question. So would we rather see sequels or remakes? And honestly,
Well,
sequels. Here's one. How about requels? With what they did with Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 did okay because it kind of rehashed what happens in Gears of War 1, but with now
nope.
where was this timing last year, Justin? Where was this timing? um
Nope.
Okay, and then Jacob goes on to say, "Oh,
Wow.
wow, there we got an Owen Wilson wow right there. Thank you, Rockruff." Um, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is he goes seriously underrated, needs to be done again. What do you think about that one, Justin? Advanced Warfare. What do you think about that?
Wow.
He's speaking in soundboard now. Uh, so, Justin,
Yes.
Advanced Warfare. What do you think of that? What do you think about
Not
that?
played it yet.
You have not played Advanced Warfare. Okay.
Yeah, only Call of Duty I've done is the freebie that's multiplayer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. I don't own any of the other games yet,
Okay.
just
Um.
because I'm not ready.
Okay. Here's where I'm gonna. I like to see. Okay, Mario. Mario RPG. Okay. Resident Evil's getting a lot of remakes. Yeah. Or Chrono.
They have remade that goddamn game
Yes.
so many times.
Okay. Here. Okay. Here. This actually helps me out. Before I mention Kevin, Miss Evil F right here. Last of Us. That is getting a remake, and it hasn't even been 10 years. How's okay, that was a good one, Jacob.
What good as it?
Yeah, they're remaking Last of Us. They're. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if they're classified. They're doing a HD high definition. I'm like, oh my god. Miss Evil Laugh goes Chrono Trigger. Justin, what do you think about this one? Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger.
Never played it.
Never played it. Okay. Jacob goes Pokemon Red. I'm like, they did remake Pokemon Red. Pokemon Fire Red. But okay, the Pokemon games.
my.
Yeah, the Pokemon games need to stop. Okay, the Pokemon games don't need to stop. The Pokemon games need to stop with the whole.
Oh, you're about to get canceled for that one, buddy.
No, no, no. They
They're
need to,
hating on Pokemon games now. They're
they
gonna come back to you.
the Pokemon games need to just stop with the whole. You're a beginner. Pick your starter. Hell no, bitch. I have been playing this game since 1998. I know what I'm doing. They need to give us the option of, is this your first time or have you played this before? And I'm going to always pick, have you played this before? I'm not a rookie. A lot of us aren't rookies at this game. Um. Okay, so let me see here. My chat's going crazy now. So we got State Pokemon Stadium would be a cool remake. I agree. A remake of Fire Red. Okay, I've never played Chrono Trigger. I've heard good things. Okay. Um. Here's okay. What about games like Back for Blood? It's kind of like Left for Dead, but not the same name or continuation. Okay, here's a dream remake. I know this is coming, and I feel bad for saying this, but I would love Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 remakes before we get 4. Since 4 has been delayed like 3 times now, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 is Nintendo Switch remakes I would take in a heartbeat. Um,
Nope.
especially nope, shut up, Justin. That's me personally.
Take them another 5 to 10 years just to do one game. That's just great.
Yeah, well, Breath of the Wild 2 is at 5 years now. It's going to be at 6 by the time if they keep spring of next year. Breath of the Wild 2 will be 6 years. Okay, Justin, how about this one? You're old enough as well as me. You and me are old enough for this one, like Leia. Super Mario 1 through 3 remake, yes or no?
Nope.
He's gonna use the soundboard. Okay, Titanfall 3, a third Titanfall.
If they make a third one and you know they'll do all the microtransaction bullshit, then yes, see this is the problem what I have with sequels on any game. It's all the sequels that started this microaction bullshit. I fucking hate it. It is stupid. If you're going to make a sequel, make a sequel. Don't make a money. I mean,
Rockruff, would I
just
lick the
play
cartridge?
games, play games. Not fucking micromanage everything.
Rockruff, would you lick the cartridges? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. You can remake. Yeah, no, no.
No,
Okay, here. Okay,
prove your point. You
here,
make look at cartridge right now.
actually, no. I set it to one per stream, so they got their one. So Miss Evil Laugh Kevin makes the point. You can technically remake Super Mario 1 through 3 with Super Mario with a Mario Maker on the Switch, but that's like building your custom course essentially. We want the remake. Apex Legends. Apex Legends takes place. Oh, that's still a thing. Apex Legends is still a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's
Apex Legends is like Fortnite.
yeah. I know. I know. People are like, oh, play PUBG. I'm like, what? So okay, I Justin.
PUBG is old as fuck.
So okay, I mentioned the Metroid Prime series from GameCube to be remade. What's your dream? If you could pick a remake, what's your dream remake, Justin?
I really don't have a preference. Right now, all the remakes are trash. Make reskin stuff. I mean, I'm really not that. Plus, I absolutely get wowed. I don't get my hopes up.
Oh wow, Shy Guy. This one's bad, Justin. Get ready for this one. GTA 1 and 2 without the overhead.
My band for something in Legend.
Oh, hold on, Shy Guy. You're about to get.
Up
Um.
your ass.
There it is. That was great. Oh man, that was great. That's what he thinks of that comment for GTA. Oh man.
None of that GTA bullshit. There's no way you can pick this
Oh.
year. Fuck make
Um. That okay. So we've had some good ones. Super Mario 1 through 3, Titanfall 3. Now Titanfall 3 wouldn't be a remake, but it'd be a good sequel. Um. I want Metroid Prime. Justin has no preference at the moment. Um. I do. Okay. With a sequel, the sequel I'm looking forward to the most, there are two of them, is Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2. Now, we're getting Breath of the Wild 2 way before we're getting Metroid Prime 4.
I hope
I'm.
we ever get Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, God, I hope so. Okay, oh. Ooh. Okay, funny you bring that up, Shy Guy. Shy Guy says Twisted Metal, another Twisted Metal. A remake or a sequel, though? Like, do we want the first one remade, remastered, or do we want a sequel to it? And speaking of Twisted Metal, Anthony Mackie is starring in that series for Sony and Netflix, I believe. So there, a Twisted Metal series is coming.
They'll probably do another game or series as well. I would think.
You're coming in quiet, Justin. Can barely hear you.
Yeah, they would probably do another game or series as well.
Okay.
I would think that's usually how it works.
So yeah, so we got some requests for Mario sequel. So the sequel remake. Let's see. Okay, so Resident Evil. I think they need. Okay, they need to let the Resident Evil games die. They need to let the Resident Evil games die. Let the series do its thing.
What we need of is more alien games.
Or okay, yeah. That would work. Um, what is some? So there's some good ones we definitely need, but we're not get. We'll maybe get like Metroid Prime 4 when they stop delaying and they finally start working on it. We'll get that. But the wish list I've seen in my chat is pretty good. So like I said, I know Justin was laying up your the soundboard up your ass for GTA. That was great. Um, Skyrim they could do better on. They well, yeah, I mean, but Skyrim Elder Scrolls has been around forever, so they're both they'll probably just keep pumping out sequels. Um, so anything else? Let's see. Chat, no chat. What do we got here? That's just my auto mod. Okay, so that's gonna conclude for tonight's show, guys. So as far as gaming remasters, we got our wish list on things we want to see. So I'm gonna side with remasters being basically cash grabs. Like, oh, well, we don't have any new content. Let's remaster a game and then get them off our ass. That's pretty much what they're doing right now. Um, except for I will grant exceptions. Like Tony Hawk, that was an exception because didn't even know it was coming. I just saw it one day and I bought it. I was like, cool. um, but oh wow, Justin, Need for Speed Underground, yes or no?
No, we remastered that.
They did remaster it.
Yeah, it's on EA Play. And if you have Game Pass, you get EA Play. Yeah, they did
Oh,
remaster.
okay. There you go. There you go, Shy Guy. It's been remastered, or do you think it needs to be remastered again? um, so that's gonna wrap it up for tonight's show, guys. Oh my god, thank you so much, guys. Now the input I need. Yes, Leia needs that. That's her favorite Need for Speed game. That's gonna wrap it up for tonight's show. And we had a really fun show tonight. Like, holy crap, Justin. Um, and Justin is still feeling under the weather. That's why we can't see his gorgeous buzz cut face right now. But he should probably have his camera on next
That's the
sometime.
thing.
He should have his camera on next week. So next week, as a heads up, so our next show on Saturday, the what? Oh no, whatever, 23rd. There we go. We will be reviewing Camp Cretaceous Primal Season 2 on Adult Swim. It does Adult Swim and then it premieres on HBO Max the next day. We'll be reviewing those. We'll continue our Resident Evil review, and of course, we'll continue with Orville. And we'll, of course, keep posting fun topics like the remasters and where's the MCU going next, things like that. But we do thank you guys for tuning in. Um, and yeah, again, it's been a fun show. Justin, anything else to add before we wave goodbye to our fans?
No, that's it. But yeah, please remember to stop by my Twitch and
Yes.
get reviews. All everything will help the average views going. That's what I need. Get affiliate.
If we can get just
Affiliate means we can do more, have more fun shit to mix. But
if we can get Justin
yeah,
to if we can get Justin to affiliate, I can stop looking Switch cartridges and make him do it.
well, I don't have a card, but I'm willing to do a hot chip challenge
Hot chip challenge, yes, that hopefully will be coming soon too.
or
Uh,
affiliate at $100.
all right, guys. Well, once again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Another fun show in the books. It was really fun to get to talk about this with you guys. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next week for our show. Until then, guys, remember, thanks to Justin reminding me, spay and neuter your plushies. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday night. Justin, close us out.
Also, stadium man or the beef crab.